welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about what WGU degree you should choose. And this can be a bit of a tedious process. You might be trying really hard to decide what degree you want. You're deciding what degree makes more money. You're deciding what degree would be better suited for your personality, what career you would be excited about. There's just so many factors that go into this. So we're going to talk about a lot of different factors today, and we're going to talk about what degree might be best for you, what degrees are the most lucrative, etc., etc. So we're going to start off on what a lot of you are wondering, which is lucrative degrees. Now, what are the most lucrative degrees at WGU? And these would be all of the tech degrees and the WGU nursing degree. So the tech degrees at WGU, you got computer science, you got software engineering, you got cybersecurity, data analytics, network engineering, all of these degrees. These degrees can all get you six-figure jobs, maybe not your first job, but definitely your second job. And definitely if you live in a state like California, New York, one of those expensive states, you can definitely get six figures right off the bat, especially at a larger company. An entry-level tech job is not as easy as it used to be. Usually back in the day, 5+ years ago, when you get a computer science degree, a software engineering degree, you would get a job right away, or you'd get a job before you even graduate in your junior or senior year, get that six-figure software engineer salary right off the bat. They were just hiring computer science and any tech degrees like hotcakes. Now it's a little more saturated and it's a little harder to get into. You got to add a little more things to your resume. You got to create a nice LinkedIn page, or what I prefer this over LinkedIn is, create a nice personal website, a nice personal resume website that looks really clean. I think interviewers can be really impressed by that. Another thing you can create is your own social presence. You can create your own YouTube channel, talk about coding, talk about whatever, but just anything that gives you an edge, anything that makes you stand out, a good cover letter, just basically anything that you can possibly think of is a plus. There is no negatives. You want to stand out. You want to do anything you can to possibly stand out, because these interviewers look at your resume an average of 6 seconds. They have thousands of resumes to actually look over, and they spend an average of 6 seconds on your resume. So you want something that immediately stands out, even if you don't think it's relevant. Put a blog on there, put anything. These type of things do matter because they can make you stand out from the crowd just even a little bit. So software engineering, I will have a website coming up soon. Like I said, I've been talking about this website for a while, but I've had a lot going on in my life. But I will have a website that will, help you complete a roadmap and help you complete other things to give you more additional things to put on your resume to help you get a software engineer job and other tech jobs. So be on the lookout for that. I'm hoping to launch that in the next few weeks at the latest. So hopefully I can get that out for you guys. And when I do, I will make a video announcing it. As for other careers such as cybersecurity, it's not really an entry-level job. You might want to start as tech support, which can still lead to a six-figure job eventually. You're not going to stay in tech support forever in all likelihood, especially if you have a bachelor's. Data analytics, you can eventually become a data engineer, another six-figure job. Like I said, these are all great careers, very lucrative careers. All tech careers can be very lucrative. I will also put user design, the new WGU degree, which is my new number 3. I love this degree. It's actually really fun. I would love to go do it myself if it was actually free. I don't want to pay for it because I already have a bachelor's, but I would actually love to do this degree for free. I love user design. I love user experience. It's one of my passions. This is another one that is hard to get into without a master's degree, but it is a very good degree, and it is part of it's like a tech business crossover kind of career. I would say it's more tech, to be honest. You're going to design user interfaces. It could be an app interface. It could be a product interface. It's a wide array of things, but it's a really cool job, and usually tech companies are the ones that hire for this type of job. So that's another great degree as well. And then nursing. If you guys are interested in nursing, if you want to be a registered nurse, WGU has the best degree in the whole country. The best degree in the entire country, in my opinion, because you can get the RN license and the BSN. You can get all of it in 2.5 years or less. You can do all your prereqs which prereqs take forever. Like if you're doing a community college associate RN degree, like the prereqs take forever, and then it's like you're going to spend a year and a half doing prereqs, and then you got to hope you get into the program, which are really competitive, and then it's like another 2 years to really get your associates and license. So with WGU, you can do all the prereqs on study.com. You can do all the prereqs on ACE credit websites. So that is a huge plus. You can get all your prereqs done for basically under $1,500, and you can get them all done in under 5 months, which is like literally insane, right? So that's why I value the WGU RN degree over any of the other RN degrees in the whole country. I think it's extremely valuable. Although if you can get into a community college program somewhere close by, that's also a great option. It's just they're really competitive. Community college registered nurse programs are like one of the most competitive things that you can possibly imagine. And getting into them, like they usually have a point system. They'll give you points for your GPA. They'll give you points for a language They'll give you points if you have experience. Like getting into them is actually pretty difficult. If you were an LVN before or some kind of other job, you'll get some bonus points as well. Like I said, it's a very competitive, rigorous process. WGU is also expanding their RN program if you are interested. More and more states are coming, and they're really, really trying hard to expand. I think they added a couple more states recently. I'll have to double check on that for you. So those would be my lucrative degrees. But with that said, guys, any degree can be lucrative. It all depends what you want to do with it. Also, if you want to start your own business, any degree can be lucrative. I'll also say out of the business degrees, the accounting degree. If you want to be a CPA, especially start your own firm, but if you want to be a CPA and work at a big company, an accounting degree, bachelor's and master's, is a very useful degree to have as well. I think the accounting and the IT management are probably the best bachelor degrees. The finance degree is also really good for lucrative prospects, but the finance degree would require more networking. Like it's not an easy field to get into a high lucrative career. You need more networking. Like do your best to get connections, etc. So I will say the finance degree has a more unclear path to success, but if you do get on the path to success with that degree, it can be extremely lucrative in the finance career. So like no clear path, but if you find the path, it can be really lucrative basically. But if you want something more streamlined, like the path is all decided for you, you know all the steps to do, accounting and IT management for business would be a little better regarding that. And then we can get on to, teacher degrees. I always speak my opinion, guys. And if you want my true, honest opinion, unlike other YouTubers who will just say good things about everything, I love teachers, absolutely, but it's not their most lucrative career. If you want to make money and have a comfortable life and comfortable career, if you're going to be a high school teacher, you're looking at $60,000, maybe $70,000 at the most, right? And that's not that much money if you're talking about like your entire career, right? That's not bad for if you're starting or your first 5 years or whatever it is. But if you're just going to have that career your entire life, it's hard to live a comfortable life in this economy with that type of yearly salary forever. Like if you're just going to make 60, 70 a year for the rest of your life, that's kind of hard to manage. Especially if you're on like a sole income as well. So teaching, if you're in it for the lucrative careers, if you're in it for like a comfortable financial life, I would not advise being a teacher unless you actually do want to be a professor at a community college or do want to be a professor at a 4-year university. The thing is, getting those jobs are really, really hard, and it takes a very long time. And you're going to need at least a master's and probably a PhD. So most likely a PhD. Although some community colleges, they will hire a master's. But for the most part, if you want to work at the community college level or higher, they mostly hire PhDs. And it's still very competitive, even if you have a PhD. So like I said, high school teacher, not very lucrative. If you really want a lucrative career and that's your main goal for going to school, which honestly it should be, you go to school to find a career. That's the whole point of college. Then I would choose a tech degree, the nursing degree, or one of the business degrees. but preferably tech or nursing. Whereas business, there's still some really good degrees such as accounting, an MBA, or finance, or the IT management. Those ones can really propel your career to a lucrative degree. There's also user design, but I count that as a tech degree. It's listed as the business college, but I really do count that as the tech degree. So that is the lucrative part of this. And now I'm going to get into a discussion about what would you have fun doing. So let's get into that. Now, obviously, you don't want to hate your job. You don't want to hate going to work every day, right? I'm not saying you need to absolutely love your job, because I feel like that is pretty rare, that you just go into work and you look forward to going into work every day. Like, oh my God, I can't wait to go to work. That's probably not reality, but you want to find at least a balance and something you do like to do. So, if you are looking at one of the tech degrees, I would watch some videos of like a life, and a lot of these videos are clickbaity, so you have to watch out, but find like a good video of like a day in the life of a software engineer, not them cooking or, doing all these nonsensical things that do not matter. Like, find an actual video of like what they're doing at their actual job. So find a video like that, see what they're doing all day at their job. And there are videos like that if you can find them. I would find like a lower subscribed person, just because I feel like the more higher subscribed people is more like has nothing to do with their job. It's like, oh, they're cooking and they're putting on makeup, or if they're a guy, they're going to the gym, like all these things that are not a day in the life of their job. So I'd find like a lower subscribed person where it's like it's actually like recorded at their job and they're showing you what they actually do at their job on a daily basis. Guys, the lower the subscriber count, the lower the view count, etc., the more truth you're gonna get, the more relevant information you're gonna get. As anything, even with businesses, the higher a business gets, the more subscribed a YouTuber gets, etc., the more filler content you get. So that's just something to look out for. Not that I'm trying to, ruin anyone's parade or anything like that. I support everybody with their content, everything like that. But if you want relevant information, find a video like that and see if you can see yourself doing that job. Also, if you have friends that do that job, ask them very detailed questions about what they do every day. And then try to replicate it as well. Try to replicate the day. See if you can actually see yourself doing that every day without going crazy, without hating your life, So kind of replicate that. So if you can see yourself coding all day for 8 hours, if you can see yourself being in meetings for 2-3 hours, because that's actually part of a software engineer job, cybersecurity job, etc. It's not coding 8 hours, guys. A lot of them are in meetings like 2-3 hours a day. It's actually a coding job, a software engineer job, etc. is like a lot of filler. It's not like you're sitting there working all day. Same thing with a product manager, which is like a software engineer manager type of hybrid type of role. You still need to know coding a little bit. And that job is also like a lot of, filler. They're in meetings a lot. They're talking to, stakeholders. They're talking to the software engineers, the coders. They're talking to managers. It's like their job is like talking a lot throughout the day, although they still have to design some really good concept ideas as well. So, these jobs are not just 8 hours straight of work. It's not like 8 hours of labor, 8 hours of constant mind work. It's not as hard as you would think, although still it can be pretty difficult. As for like a business degree, like if you want to be a manager, I would, ask another manager like what their job is, things like that, what their role is. A nurse as well, find another RN, ask them their daily life, ask them their daily, their daily life at work. What their role is, how hard it is. Ask them a difficulty level, like 1 to 10, and just see if it's worth the stress, because nursing is a really tough job. I've talked to a lot of RNs, and, a lot of them say it's an absolute really, really, really tough job, so it all depends if you want that stress of bedside nursing, like very difficult. You're going to be working 12 hours, 3 days a week, and it is a grind, an absolute grind. I know a lot of people go into it with expectations that they're just going to be helping people and having the time of their life, but it's not exactly like that. A lot of the patients could be rude, and a lot of the patients could be very needy, and also you're just going to be running around for 12 hours. You're also responsible for their lives, which is extremely stressful. Get like no mental break at some of these hospitals for the entire 12-hour shift. Like it can be pretty hectic depending on the hospital. Some hospitals are more chill than others, so some of the smaller ones are actually the toughest because it's less help is there. They're less staffed, and it's just a cluster. Well, guys, that is going to be the video for today. If I helped you in any way, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to grow the channel. If you like, subscribe, or comment, or all three, it pushes the video to people's homepage, and I would really, really appreciate that, as I am trying to grow the channel. And it seems like now that I've said that, you guys are liking more, commenting more, etc., which really, really means a lot to me. I'm trying to grow this channel. I'm trying to help more people, trying to get the word out there about ACE credits and study.com and WGU, etc. So I definitely appreciate you for your time and trying to get a college degree fast. And if you go to my website, majormash.com, I have so many WGU spreadsheets on there that you can download. Study.com also extended their discount to September 20th, so you can get 68% off that still if you want to, and get a lot of the courses done. But anyways, guys, once again, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.